What is up, wrestling fans? JP from KayFabe Chronicles coming to you once again. Earlier today, I got a really interesting link from fellow wrestling YouTuber Brian Zane from Wrestling With Wregret. I will put a link to his channel down below. Please check it out. Real funny stuff. Pretty much he came up with an idea a couple years ago. He didn't really utilize it this past year, but he did bring it back again this year, where all the wrestling YouTubers essentially put out a video explaining our New Year's resolutions in regards to what we feel that WWE should be doing with their upcoming year, what we should be doing as wrestling fans, and what we should be doing as YouTubers. And I thought it was a really, really cool idea. So this is my little version of what I think that's going to be going on. I'm going to put the hashtag down below. If you want to check out some of the other great videos, please follow this. Hashtag Resolution17. Put it on Twitter, do a search on YouTube to find some of the other great videos. So yeah, here we go. Now, 2016 has really been an interesting year in regards to WWE and the way that they've been booking. There's been a lot of positives, a lot of negatives, in my opinion. You've seen it with all my reviews this entire year. So pretty much what I believe that WWE can do in this upcoming year to really make them spark, and I really hope that they proceed with it. For starters, the Cruiserweight Division, I believe, was really handled really poorly this year. It started off really strong. With the CWC, one of the best moments of the year, and then just the way that they felt after that. None of the matches were really booked very well. None of the characters got any development. No one got really any storyline pushes except for the main guys, T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick, were really the only two that got anything going. Granted, now they are doing a little bit better on pushing it, but I do believe that the Cruiserweight division does have a solid future if WWE follows it properly. So here's hoping that they can put a little bit more push behind the Cruiserweight division in 2017 to make it a lot more worth watching. Another thing that I really hope the WWE does is in regards to like the lower mid-card and like the lower card guys, starting to move them up a little bit more and getting them a lot more screen time. The way Raw and SmackDown have been working this year is that their upper card guys are really the only guys getting any push, and we keep seeing the same matches over and over and over and over and over again. Like, you know, I can only see like AJ Styles fight John Cena so many times. I can only see Roman Reigns fight Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens so many times. I can only see Sasha Banks and Charlotte fight so many times. There's a lot of great underutilized talent on both shows, and I don't believe that really any of them are getting the push that they deserve. So I think WWE should kind of focus a little bit more on the up-and-coming guys earlier on in the year to give them those long-developed storylines so that by the end of the year we can be watching a little bit more going on that. Another great thing that I really hope that they do this year is, like with Raw and SmackDown, they're always on two separate things, is doing a lot more cross-promotional matches that they did in the past couple years. You know, it's great to see that, you know, both shows kind of get equal talent pools in there, but to see what they can do against each other. I think it would open up the upper cards a little bit more, seeing, like, you know, like Kevin Owens fighting AJ Styles or stuff like that, seeing a lot more of that compared to, like I said, the same matches over and over again. By bringing in more cross-promotional main shows and maybe even having like a cross-promotional mid-month filler pay-per-views instead of just the brand-specific ones, I think could really open up a little bit more booyah into the future months to come. The women division, I think, has been struggling a little bit this year. Like, you know, in the previous year, like, you know, they were up and coming 2015. You know, the Divas Revolution was kind of getting there. 2016 was a total breakout year for them. The women really came into their own. Like I've said in previous videos, though, having the women on two different shows, I think, is stretching it a little thin. I do hope that they can kind of combine them into one so that all the women can get equal opportunities in the matches. Because, like I said, I've seen Sasha versus Charlotte, you know, a million times. Granted, each time has been awesome. I do think that it is getting a little bit stale, and I think that if all the women were to collaborate on one individual division itself, I think we could get a little bit more bang for our buck on that. NXT is definitely huge. I'm a huge fan of NXT. I think that they're doing the right thing in regards to NXT. But one thing that I think that they really need to improve on is the call-ups. A lot of superstars in this previous year were called up to the main roster, I think, a lot earlier than they should have been. They weren't really ready to jump into that main roster push. Meanwhile, people who are in the, you know, who are ready for the main roster, like Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, Asuka, people like that, remain down on NXT. While you move up people like Dana Brooke, Nia Jax, you know, Eva Marie, like people who just aren't ready for the main show get moved up. I do think that the, you know, NXT is heading in the right direction. There's a lot of great up and coming talent. I think that NXT has put on some of the best matches and best shows this year. So a thing that I would like to see WWE do is kind of incorporate the NXT guys with the main roster guys, kind of have like a little cross thing going in there. I think that would be really cool to see, like, DIY or the Revival come up and kind of try to trash the tag team division or something like that. To see Shinsuke Nakamura take on AJ Styles or something like that, in like a cross promotional kind of title match. I think that would be really good. But yeah, NXT is the proper training ground right now. There's a lot of great talent there, and I do like what they're going with that. But spice it up a little bit. I think that'd be really interesting to see like Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. I think that would be kind of cool. Things that I need to work on as a wrestling fan. Right now, I'm pretty much just focused on WWE and NXT. And, pity on me for not exploring some other things. I was able to watch a little bit of TNA this year, tiny bit of Ring of Honor. So my resolution to myself is to open up my mind a little bit more, check out a lot more that is out there, like, Lucha Underground, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, a lot of the independent stuff, TNA, Impact, like all that stuff, just to see, that there's a lot more out there besides, Vince McMahon's iron fist on the entire wrestling industry. Another thing, I really think I can be a lot more open-minded to people's suggestions. A lot of people have been telling me what to watch, and I'm like, oh, that's dumb. I'm not going to watch that. That sounds stupid. But you know what? Like I just previously said, there's a lot of good stuff out there that I haven't really had the opportunity to jump into. So one thing I'm going to try to dedicate myself to. It is a little hard, working a full-time job and being a full-time father and husband. Is finding that time. So I am really going to try to find a lot more time to venture and watch a lot of the other wrestling industry things, so I can get you guys a more open-ended product in the whole long run. So here's hoping we can get that going. As a wrestling YouTuber, one thing I'm really hoping to really do this upcoming year is to get to the point faster in my videos. You've seen a lot of my videos are like 30 minutes plus, and that's not really the right route to take on the social media aspect. A lot of the other channels I've watched get the same message across in half the time. So I'm really going to try to focus on getting to the point quicker, but still keeping the comedic aspect on it. Another thing I'm going to work on a lot as a wrestling YouTuber is bringing out content more frequently for you guys. As it stands right now, I try to get a weekly thing going, but it is pretty tough. And I really only do the main show reviews, so I am going to try, like I said, review some of the other divisions, review some older stuff, some older retro videos, review other things WWE related, wrestling related. Like I said, I got a big collection of toys in the back. I got some comics kicking around. I'm hoping to get some other things going. I got a lot of crazy ideas in my head this year. So I'm really hoping to get, like I said, content to you guys a lot quicker and a lot more fresher to keep you guys interested. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for my resolutions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the love that I've gotten this year. I would start off as just a quick little hobby. I figured I would just, shoot out a video. I did get a lot of positive feedback from you, the fans, and I'm really hoping to bring a lot more to you guys in this upcoming year, to grow the channel, get a lot more subscribers so I can get a lot more stuff out to you guys. So once again, like I mentioned before, follow that hashtag down below. Please check out a lot of the other YouTube channels' videos in regards to this. There's a lot of great content out there. I fully support you guys to check everything out. As usual, if you liked the video, crush that like button. Please subscribe to this channel for more great videos. Follow us on Twitter using the 2 name tags down below. This is JP from KayFabe Chronicles, and I'll see you guys in the new year.